What's going on, everyone? Mike here. After, I guess, being off for a week. I know I'm starting late. I actually took a nap. I'm still not 100%, but I figure I'd stream a little bit of Rare Replay. I remember this was the game that... Hey, Jay, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I remember Rare Replay was the game that was voted on to play next. So... And I wanted to play something that was a bit more relaxed anyways. So let's get this going. Hopefully I downloaded everything. I tried to play and test out every game earlier, and some of them work and some I had to download separately. Oh wait, I think it's forcing HDR on my end because everything looks... I mean, at least everything in the stream looks like it's good. So we are going to quit. Yeah, it's doing, which is weird because I have it disabled, but probably because it was, wait, why is it still pushing? Oh man, Jay, you know, hopefully you're doing good. I'm sorry you got it, man. And yeah, I had to skip last year. Well, it was last week's stream. I was not feeling well. I got sick as a dog on Christmas Eve. So I completely understand what you're going through, and I am so sorry. Hopefully, hopefully, you know, you're doing all right. See, now it's on. This was off earlier. I checked before the stream. And then the stream started. They're like, no, we're going to turn HDR back on because. Oh. Okay, let's try this one last time. Oh, wow, it just really does start that fast. So I guess I don't have to ask how your New Year's was. Hopefully it was peaceful, at least. You know, watch, this gives me a copyright warning if I let this whole cutscene go, this whole song. I remember this was one of the first games. Yeah, I pretty much slept. I slept until I set the alarm for 11:30 so that I can get online and wish some people Happy New Year's, and then I went back to bed. that was my New Year's Eve because I didn't. Yeah, I just wanted to sleep. So I did a little bit of work, and I slept most of the day. It's the first time in a long time, it was around New Year's and stuff, that I've slept so much in it, like an entire series of days, without being hungover or drunk or drinking. All right. So, do you guys want me to go like oldest to... What do I have even? You know, I don't think this collection... I mean, this collection got talked about a lot, and it still gets mentioned in lists of games to play on your Xbox, but it really is awesome. Oh. Man, I would have loved to see Cameo 2. Cameo 1 looks amazing. Okay, let's get to some games. I'm sure you guys didn't. I have not loaded this, like really loaded this in a while. You know, 1983. This is so I was 1 year old when this game came out. I remember playing this. It, in my opinion, has not aged well. Yeah. I'm supposed to get... Oh, crap. There we go. I'm supposed to get different ship parts. It's kind of like... I don't know. Or maybe I already... Oh, I died. There we go. And I died again. Oh, game over. Okay. Well, it was fun, guys. Good stream. I mean, yeah, okay. Now this is the beginning where I have to put together the... I remember this. I don't know how to go down. Okay. See, this is why I don't think enough people appreciate games how they are now. This is how gaming used to be, and people were like blown away. Now we get like people that look like, you know, real people. Oh, that's right. I don't know what are those supposed to be like meteors? Ooh. I don't know what you are. They're probably just points. Everything is just points back in the day. Points and short lives. I haven't really needed to shoot anything. Was this like a kidney bean? That's a gem. Oh, wait. I can go in the ship. And then I go to the next area and I do the same damn thing, I believe. Some humble beginnings right here. Okay. I think I'm done unless you guys want me to... You know, if I can always come back. I'm sure this takes 2 seconds to load. But that's interesting. I was 1 year old whenever that came out. Same thing with this. If there's anything that you guys want me to play, definitely speak up. I don't know the vast majority of these. Yeah. I mean, the rare didn't start ringing a bell to me. Oh, this does not look like it aged well. Oh, nuts and bolts? Okay. Thank you for saving me from myself and my morbid curiosity of these ancient games. So nuts and bolts is basically... It literally is the 360 version. I think it's the last game, yeah. So it's probably not going to come through in the stream, but this is... I know this is going to be running at 4K at a lock 60. I'm pretty sure it has 8 auto HDR if you're playing on HDR TV, and it looks amazing. And I wonder... Hey, Justin. And yes, Bad Fur Day. That is... And the awesome thing about this collection is you get the N64 version and you can play the OG Xbox. I think they're both in this. I know one is. It's interesting because this intro is pre-recorded, so it's not real time. So it kind of looks all jaggy. Okay. Start new game. Why not? I will never beat this game. Wow. It didn't even let the TV guy get to the screen. The loading in this. Oh.
There lived a heroic bear called Banjo. a rather loud bird called Kazooie, and an unpleasant witch called Gruntilda. When Banjo's sister was kidnapped, the bear and bird rescued her from the depths of the witch's lair, overcoming many perils and speech impediments.
This game is hated because
tumbling to her doom. But she was nothing if not persistent. And surprising nobody, the old hag soon rose from her grave.
It's a departure from the series norms of like a typical platformer. Like instead of you having powers and abilities, you basically make vehicles to give you those powers and abilities of flight, transportation, stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie, I mean, the building part kind of just does drag for me. I know many people love it, which is great, and I think this is an excellent game, don't get me wrong. And it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Watch, I end up getting the bug. That makes me want to beat this game during this stream. Interesting thing is, so they were making a Perfect Dark sequel to Perfect Dark Zero. They tried to. And some of the technology from that game made it into the engine. Like, this engine is basically, I guess, born from a lot of the work done in Perfect Dark. I mean, even though Rare moved over to Unreal Engine 4, they still... I mean, this game still looks amazing for their own engine. Rare used to be just... they're still a tech powerhouse, I'd say. They still make absolutely gorgeous looking games. I mean, look at this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know. But even at 1080p, this looks nice and clean. Jay says, I was born in 95. My dad grew me up on Sega, so never played the old banjos. Yeah, I was a Sega guy too when I was younger. I had an NES, and I loved the NES. But once I got a Sega Genesis, it was all over. I mean, I still loved... I never had an SNES, but one of my best friends did. But I did have, then I got a Saturn, PlayStation, stuff like that. And yeah, Justin, Perfect Dark it's weird. I never really gave it much of a chance on the N64 just because it ran so bad. Plus, it came out after the Dreamcast came out, which a lot of games were 60 frames or at least pretty good. Hell yeah, Jay, Dreamcast era for life. I always, I have to mention Dreamcast at least once every stream. It's part of my contract. Hey, Tony, welcome to the stream. And yeah, I completely agree. Rare is super talented. But yeah, going back to Perfect Dark, I wasn't much into it on the N64. But once the remaster came out, it finally made it very much playable. And it's weird because I loved GoldenEye. But I think the performance difference, because GoldenEye ran a bit better than Perfect Dark. And another thing is that the story in this game to me is kind of... I mean, it's clever, but it's kind of clever in a purposefully... Wow, just the loading in this is insane. The story in this is kind of in a intentional bad writing or lazy writing, where they just have this game master that can basically make anything happen. to suit the situation or narrative. I do enjoy it. I do enjoy this game, which is weird how I've never really got hooked on the whole building aspect. I agree. I mean, this game is underrated. Like I said near the beginning of the stream, I think this is an excellent game. It's just for whatever reason it never grabbed me. But I'm not always completely sold, or like platformers don't always do it for me. I guess I might have just burnt out from playing them so many times when I was a child, but huh. I mean, it is amazing that this is a 720p game that, you know, we're now viewing at 4K or 4K super sampled. And you know, the one thing, I know people are against the boxy look. I get that. I get it. I completely get it. But I'm okay with it. It fits the whole theme of the game. You know, I don't blame the people that wanted Banjo 3. I think if they would have, they could have made this as a side game, or they could have just made this a new IP. Even though I don't know if it's a misconception that they were forced to make it this way, but they wanted to make it this way. Like, they had complete freedom of how to make this game, and this is what they came up with. And I don't know. I give them credit for taking a gamble, taking a chance. And I think it's an excellent game. I just don't, you know, it's kind of like if you make any major changes in any franchise, you're going to alienate a group of people, but then you're also going to win over, hopefully, the hope is you win over more people than you lose. But I can't say that they did that with this, they accomplished that with this. But maybe they did. This is definitely a you know, a cult classic, though, I would say, at least. And I think this game has aged better than a lot of games of this generation, like platformers of the 360 generation, the PS3 generation. Outside of, you know, Sony's and Nintendo's first-party platformers, I can't think of that many good platformers that have aged well. Like third-party ones, I would say. I love the silliness. What can I say? Yeah, I know what to do. See, I wish we can do something so that it just, well, there are blueprints that it can give me pre-made things, I believe. If I can rely more on those. Tony says Microsoft has to be doing something with Banjo this gen, right? How can they not with Smash hype and everything? You know, I hope so. I agree. Like, it's insane that they're not utilizing this IP more, especially with how much hype it brings. But I don't think I'm wondering if the problem isn't so much that I think they want to do something with it, with the IP, but how? How to best go about it, because, you know, Rare has no interest in working on their older IPs. A lot of the people that probably worked on Banjo-Kazooie back in the day aren't there. You know, it's interesting, Jay. Jay says, I still think Double Fine should be giving Banjo Conquer. It's interesting you say that because, oh man, what's his name? Tim. Who's the one in charge of that? This is going to bother me because I should know this. The person in charge of Double Fine. Tim Schafer? I think, yep, Tim Schafer. Thank you. He was asked about this. I believe it was the IGN interview, and it's kind of funny because there were some parts of the interview that were a bit rough. Thanks, Jay. Like, right before you guys popped it up, I remember it just came off the top of my head. Still half asleep, apparently. But, yeah, it was kind of, I don't want to say cringe, but a little rough in terms of an interview, because Ryan McCaffrey, I think it was kind of pushing for, not pushing, but hinting and talking about bringing up for a brief moment he was bringing up the working on Banjo, and Tim didn't seem to be a fan of that because he wanted to work on new stuff, interesting stuff, which is awesome. But it's because of what Tim said in his reaction, I don't see it happening. So, who else then? There's Rare, Double Fine, they're both out. I think that's part of the problem. I wonder if the team that worked on that one Fox game, Lucky, I think it is. The Lucky Tail Adventure games or Lucky Tail games. If they can maybe give that, I mean, they have a decent relationship with that studio. They seem pretty good or competent. Used to be a fan of Ryan, but I still like Ryan. I think, you know, some people make mistakes, especially when it's hard to keep up with absolutely everything. I think I just landed that on myself. Platonic. Is Platonic the one that makes Lucky Tales? Platonic. What is Platonic made? Yeah, I did land it on myself. But Phil Spencer did talk about being interested in more kid-friendly, everyone friendly titles like Minecraft. Which I can see why, you know. Minecraft is, what, the most successful IP going on right now or something, or one of them easily. Well, yeah, I see, Ryan isn't much of a technical guy at all. So, and you know, I don't know his concerns or grievances or what have you with the Series S. There's one or two things I would have done differently with it, but overall, I don't believe it's going to hold anything back. And the fact that he's not much of a technical person is probably why he has that kind of impression. So while I get it, stuff like that kind of does make me roll my eyes a little bit. You know, not everyone's going to be understanding of that sense, so I kind of just look the other way. Or what would I have done differently? I would at least, the key thing I would have done differently is give it 12 gigs of memory instead of 10. Oh, ukulele. Yeah, you know what? Thank you. And I completely agree. Give them banjo, assuming they want it. I mean, they are a lot of some of them are former banjo developers. So that makes a lot of sense. But, you know, I would only give it to them if they really want it. And then if they really wanted it, I'd license them out the IP, throw them a truck full of cash and resources and say, there you go, have at it. Whatever you need, let us know. But that's a big if, whether or not they really work on it versus their own IP. I'm hoping the last ukulele did well. They're both good games, from what I understand. Again, I never really got into them. Again, not big on platforming games. Which is weird, because Sonic games I generally love. Mario games, if I have a Nintendo, I haven't had a Nintendo system, God knows how long. I haven't had a Wii U. I would like a Switch, but I'm waiting for a Switch Pro or something so it doesn't look so horrible on a 4K display. I guess I can hook it up to my 720p TV in my bedroom. But yeah, what I would have done different. Oh, I should have gotten that music note. What I would have done differently with the Series S is give it at least 2 more gigs of memory. I don't think it's a big deal, but I would have given them that little bit of breathing room, just something to remove a little bit worth of extra work, because it is going to sometimes take a little bit more optimization. Sometimes they're going to have to compress textures a bit more than otherwise they would have needed to, or buffers or data sets or something along those lines. Man, all this just from putting a... See, I'm just trying to unlock the first world so I can do the first world, and then we can move on to, what was the other game? Perfect Dark that someone had requested? Or, oh, Bad Fur Day. Did you guys want to see the OG Xbox or N64 version? I gotta say though, this first world we're going to, I absolutely love the art style. Get out of my way, I don't want to hit anyone. And you all are just... Tony says in 2019 there were rumors about an acquisition and Banjo remake, but they denied it. They said they would love to work on Banjo again, but it's not up to them. Well, then there we go. See, I can skip this. And the loading is just instant. It's amazing. This is on an external SSD too. I'm not even using the internal SSD, which would still be, I'd imagine, slightly faster, if not a bit faster. There's a lot of mumbling noises and reading. See, like, this is absolutely gorgeous to me. I've always loved how this looked in the stitching texture. Hey, AJ. Welcome to the stream, and Series X is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I don't know how else to put it, where you know, everything, 99% of what I throw at it is, a lock 60 if it has that frame rate option. Otherwise, if it's a 30 frame per second game, it's just locked. I can't think of any 30 frame per second game that has any kind of drops. And the loading is awesome. I'm still waiting to get a PS5 because I want to get that too and play some of the games that benefit on that system. Jay's asking me, still excited for the medium. I'm praying my COVID goes away before it's out. Man, I hope your COVID goes away before it's out too. I hope your COVID goes away pronto. But yes, I am extremely excited for the medium. I cannot wait for that game. I'm trying not to think about it until there's an actual, well, not try not to think about it, but I'm sure that my excitement's going to go through the roof once there's an actual date. Without there being an actual date, it's a game I'm excited for, but yeah, when it gets a date, I can't wait. AJ, you paid an extra $200 for your Series X? That is hardcore. My broke ass could not do that. So that's awesome. Well, I'm sorry you had to overpay, but that's like I said, that's hardcore. Justin, what Xbox Studio do I like? The Initiative, obviously, I'm excited to see what they got going on because there's a lot of talent there, but they haven't released a game, so I don't know if that's fair, because then I'd be just basing on a potential. Even though, like, the Coalition is absolutely amazing. And I don't think they get the recognition that they deserve. I mean, they get the recognition when their games come out, and they'll get name dropped and mentioned and stuff. But wait, it does have a date? I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. Just complete ADD moment. Look at this smile. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I've gotten more energy now than I've had in a long time. No, yeah, that's awesome. Oh my God. Wait. Okay, so the 28th. Is the 28th? I might just do. I don't know what day that falls under. So I'm looking it up. Where was I? Like I said, complete. Oh, yeah, I'd say the Coalition. It's weird. Coalition play. I really like Jeff Strain's studio with Undead Labs. I think they are also underrated. And the 28th is a Thursday. I might be able to stream then. So, and I'm really hopeful that 343 can kind of get it together in a way, because I know that the people there have a lot of passion and they're trying, but for whatever reason, obviously things aren't working out as well as they'd hope. Yeah, let's go, man. Let's go. Whatever we gotta do, let's do. I have no idea. I have not been paying attention to this. Hey, Rhett. Welcome to the stream. And regarding the Series S, yes. Well, I would say yes. Do you have a PS5? Are you just getting it? Like, do you not do a lot of gaming? There are some things to consider, I think, with any system. So, I think the Series S, like AJ says, is an awesome system. So, are you, do you just want to play, I don't know, do you just want to play Fortnite and what's that other game? Apex Legends and stuff like that? Or Call of Duty? It's a good system for $300, but if you're going to do a lot of gaming, or if you're gaming on a 4K display, it might be worth it to save up the $200 more to get the Series X, because if you do a lot of gaming, the way I'm looking at this is that if you do a lot of gaming, that means you might be downloading a lot of games. That's why I asked whether or not anybody just sticks to a handful of games, a small handful, a few games, or if you play a lot of games and you kind of burn through a lot of games, because I think the hard drive on the Series S is something that's kind of needs to be considered. There's nothing wrong with it, but I think it's meant for a more mainstream, or I hate to say casual, but a more mainstream type of player base that just plays a small handful of games. Like my one friend that just plays Fortnite all the time, and she might play a secondary game if someone asks her to play something. The Series S would be a great system for her. She's got a 1X, so maybe she doesn't need it. But someone like me, I would basically have to get a memory card if I had a Series S, because of all the games that I'd want to play and mess around at the same time. At that rate, I might as well just get a Series X and get the additional benefits of the higher resolutions and better performance. Plus, I got a 4K screen. Even though, you know, as a media system, I'm sure the Series S is great, and it does actually have some 4K games and 1440p games. The Series S wouldn't be terrible on a 4K display. So I think the bigger factor would be, do you play very few games? You know, going back to that question. Jay says, I'm not keen on compulsion. Didn't think much on We Happy Few. You know, it's actually funny you say that, because oh, of course it's not going to show it. I've been playing We Happy Few, and I've been enjoying it. What upcoming game are you hyped for from the Xbox studio? And that's awesome, Tony. I'm really happy that Medium is getting praise. I really hope it does well for him. Damn it, Justin. Perfect Dark, Halo. Really? Those Perfect Dark, Halo, State of Decay 3, Fable. I mean, all the obvious ones. Everything. Just the fact that they're giving them time. I don't know. Did I do well? What? No. Okay, I'm done with this. I'm not paying attention to this. Sorry. If you guys want me to go back to it more, then... wait, can I not? Oh, I guess since I leave and that's okay. So it treats it as a different... like executable. Fallout 5 and Starfield. Yeah, I'm interested when those are announced, and they're announced as exclusives. I don't know. I'm gonna have the popcorn and just kind of watch the world burn. Okay, right. Yeah, cool. If you're looking for a second, like a secondary console, then the Series S is perfect. And if you're also you game on the Switch, yeah, the Series S, absolutely perfect. And $300. And another great thing is what I do, and to expand your options, or to let your system memory breathe a little bit. Instead of spending $220 for a SSD for the memory card, you can also get like just a standard SSD, like I have, and hook that up into the USB port, and that will give you some additional storage for Xbox One games, 360 games, OG Xbox games, and they still load amazingly fast. Like everything that I'm playing right now, Like, all of this content is on my external SSD. So this gives me a lot of breathing room in terms of what to use with the internal storage. So you can do that too. For $100, you can get a nice terabyte. Okay, so that's weird. I thought the newer version of Bad Fur Day was like the OG Xbox was part of this, but it's not. So I guess we're only going to play the OG. Oh no, not crude humor. It is kind of funny how this is actually a bit more hardcore crude than the Xbox version. The Xbox version is censored a little bit. And even though this is cleaned up for an N64 game, I beat this on the N64. I love this I absolutely love this game. This is the last game that I played and loved on the N64. And it played well enough that even though I was used to Dreamcast at this, because this game came out 2000 or 2001, it came out pretty late. It didn't require the expansion, even though I had the expansion port, but just it was amazing on that little system that barely could. And I agree, Jay. People are going to get used to it. And I think when they really understand, I mean, let's be realistic. The only people that are going to be negatively impacted by this are going to be strictly Nintendo and PlayStation gamers, which is unfortunate, and that kind of sucks. But again, like you mentioned with Spider-Man and with Insomniac, when you pay for a studio, you kind of just pay for the right to do what you want with them. You're not that might sound cruel and stuff, especially when it comes to now. And the big thing here is that it's an entire publisher, and I do get that. But you know, like I've told some people in some conversations, if you're gonna complain for years about the lack of exclusives in studios, what are they gonna do? This is what they're gonna do. This is their solution to you saying you want them to have more exclusives. And it's either you poach the talent and kind of bleed these studios dry, or you keep those teams and that synergy and that experience together and you just buy the whole team outright. You know, it's not like there's infinite amount of, I mean, there's amazing talent out there. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that, but it's not infinite. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. As long as they don't ruin the studios, that's always my, I shouldn't say that's always my concern, but sometimes, like especially when EA buys a studio, that's a concern. I don't think people. Tony says, I don't think people realize just how big Starfield is going to be. I hope Starfield is big. It kind of needs to be. After what we saw with Fallout 76, it really needs to be. And I think they know that. I hope they know that. Plus, with how long it's been in development. But that's another game that apparently went through some issues. I think they were centered around the engine, because their creation engine wasn't, it didn't have the streaming wasn't capable of doing space travel, pretty much is how I understood it. So it'd be interesting to see how they got that all sorted out. Jay says, man, it's refreshing to not see another Among Us stream. You know what? Thank you. And I don't know if I'd ever stream Among Us unless there was a demand or a request for it, but I would definitely like to play it. I played a little bit of it and I've enjoyed it. I'd like to play more with a bigger handful of friends. It's just getting enough people together, you know, with life being a thing. Like, I love the puddle, which is probably just, I wonder if that's either a texture that's being, or is that just double geometry? It's probably just, they just doubled the geometry.
Can't quite make it out. Anyway, it seems pretty familiar to me. Huh? What's that? This way, I suppose.
I mean, I don't honestly recall how accurate this is. I mean, this is obviously going to run better, I would believe, and probably look better, but other than it looking sharper, I would imagine this isn't doing anything extra. So just the facial animations and the effects of like all the raindrops and the splatter on the... Yeah, for a system that came out in '96, I think, in the States. I love this game.
It's gonna be one of those days.
I've had those kinds of days. Oh no. Oh, we can't have this. Inverted? I don't think so. Wait, really? This is all. You give me no options, but wait, can I? Options. Controls. It just shows me the controls. It doesn't let me. Wait, filter. What? Okay, fine. We'll just deal. We'll deal with the. Wait, what? We'll deal with the inverted controls. I don't know why that beat didn't work. Wait. Am I supposed to jump? Can I jump? Nope, I cannot jump. Okay, I know where I'm supposed to go. Tony says, I'm so excited for Halo Infinite. I just watched the Halo Wars 2 cutscene compilations. I feel for 343 though. The pressure is so high. Yeah, that's... Oh, are you kidding me? I gotta go all the way around. Yeah, I mean, the people at 343, you know they have a lot of passion. You know their heart is in the right place. And their intentions are in the right place. At least that's the impression I get. It's just more so what, you know, the direction, I think. And it's weird because, you know, I hate to blame or say lack of leadership, even though I'm sure that there's some truth to that. But if Stanton can come in and say that the first 2 weeks he played the game and he beat it 2 times or 3 times or something, and there really was that classic Halo 30 seconds of fun magic in it. I mean, that means that they were doing something right. So I'm wondering how. We know that there's going to be graphical polish, but I don't think you bring in Stanton for graphical polish. You bring him in for narrative structure polish or gameplay polish, design, maybe encounter designs. Jay says Halo Infinite convos always start with a big sigh. Yeah. Just because you want them to knock it out of the park. Everyone does. And the unfortunate thing is if they don't, or any issues that are there, it's probably going to bother the studio more than anyone else. And yet, if it doesn't come out swinging, then they're going to be the ones to know, and it's going to bother them more, even though everyone else is going to be louder about it, I guess. I'm sure it's going to be great, though. I have faith that they're going to do what needs to be done to make it a great game.
What does that mean?
It means context sensitive. It's sensitive to context. Try over there.
Tony says, apparently 343 fully wrote the Halo Wars 2 story, which was amazing, and introduced the Banished, so that gives me some hope. Yeah, same here. I beat Halo Wars 1. I started playing Halo Wars 2. I haven't beaten it. Maybe 2 or 3 hours into it. Really enjoying it so far. And the music is amazing. The storytelling so far is really great. The introduction to Atriox, where the 3 Spartans get their ass beat by him, was just perfect. Like, they are establishing the character in a very efficient way that there's no mistaking it. And okay, thanks, Conquer. Oh my God, this. Okay, I'm gonna shut up about the inverted controls, but it's just so weird. You never see them. Wait, can I? So I haven't checked out any story things outside of what I have seen in the game.
I can't seem to get any further. I'm sure there was something. Ah, yes, now I remember. Hold the Z button. Now then, what? Then A again to do that.
Trying to remember. I don't remember if he had that shadow like he does there. Or is that just for this port or this emulation? Am I missing something here? No, right? I gotta be here. Why else would I be here? Hitting all the buttons, though. Nothing's happening. This ain't good. Tony says, do you think we will see Atriox in Infinite, or will he come down the line? Yeah, I think the main antagonist is that one that gave that dramatic speech at the end of the demo last July. Oh, that's ain't good. I'm going to die down here. Oh, no. I can be down here? Hey. I'll come back for you later. Yeah, I think Atriox is going to come down. Atriox is, if this is so this is a soft reboot. And this is going to be a 10-year plan type game. we'll be halfway through or 10. You know, it'll be the conclusion of whatever trilogy for, or what would be equivalent. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. You know, if they going to have game sized. My preference is that they have game sized, almost expansions or re-releases of the game or what have you. Expansions is really the only way to put it, because it's already. Oh, here we go. It's already part of the game. I hope they knock it out of the park with this whole 10-year design, because I think most people. Don't get me wrong, I'm open-minded of the idea, but they I don't know if they should have announced it so I don't want to say prematurely, but they should have just. That's fine if that's their plan, but just do it. Don't talk about it. If that makes sense. Let people. I mean, I guess it's good that they're being transparent from the beginning. Jay says, think of Atriox as the prophets when it comes to the villains, so he would be further down the line. Yeah. Atriox is, you know, he is the one on top, just like the prophets used to be.
Isn't it a little bit early in the day to start talking about Gothic architecture?
Yeah, the semi-open world structure could present a design, you know, some challenges. I'm thinking that it's going to be similar to if you played Metro Exodus, where basically it's like different hub worlds or hub sections, which is much more manageable. That game has excellent encounter design. It still has your more directed or scripted or whatever you want to call it,
Hang on.
story beats.
Didn't I have a... Are you sure?
Come here. But yeah, I mean, obviously I can talk about Halo for hours. And apparently the semi-open world part does not start until about 4 hours in or something. So I imagine the first few hours of the game is going to be a bit more traditional Halo. But it's going to be interesting, and it's going to be cool. Why does it do that? Why does it automatically point you towards the door? You're just walking by. So, wait. What? Why did this... Hold on. I'm so confused. We came in here just to leave through the same door. Am I supposed to... I'm not supposed to take you with me. Come on, can't I knock you out again? Just want to do it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Fine. Fine. I'm done. I have no idea what's going on. I guess the whole point of that was just to learn about the frying pan, and then now I can use the frying pan on this ogre guy.
Frying pan. You stupid little... Whoa.
I like the slight change they made for this in the remaster. Hey Billy, welcome to the stream. Really glad you were able to make it. What the heck? Wait. Well, no. No. Nope, don't fall. Don't fall down there. Tony says, I'm perfectly fine with the 10-year plan, honestly. Hopefully that means less time between content, more stuff to look forward to. And that's the thing. You know, I love the potential. I do think there's a lot of potential for what happens with this 10-year plan. My ideal situation. Now, my ideal situation probably, or my ideal way that plays out probably is not realistic, like economically, but I would love it if they had kind of smallish DLC, like, I don't know, ODST was supposed to be just a smaller expansion for wait, what? I don't understand why this is playing out again. ODST was supposed to be a smaller expansion for Halo 3 until Microsoft told them that they wanted it to be expanded to like a fully fleshed game, I guess. You know, if we had stuff like that to break up the true sequel-sized, you know, updates or expansions to the world, because I would hope that they're that large. If instead of getting 3 games within, you know, 10 years or so, or 11 years, because of how long it takes to make games right now, if we can get 3 game-sized updates with, you know, the first update or whatever being the core game, I'd be okay with that. I just don't. And I'm happy to pay for those expansions, assuming they're good. Oh. Okay, what's going on here? Am I stuck? Yep. Yeah. Billy says, played Final Fantasy X for the first time. I have no regrets. Final Fantasy X is the last Final Fantasy game I beat. I love Final Fantasy X. I did not play 10-2 or any of the... I think 10-2 is the only one, really, but didn't care for it. But vanilla Final Fantasy X, I thought was excellent. You didn't have to do the super jump to get up there. They lied to you. Let's see here. Same thing here. Okay. That took a lot longer than it should have. Tony says, I think what will happen, instead of a new game every 4 or 5 years, there'll be a big campaign DLC everyone. And I'm okay with that. I would love to have that.
Fantastic. Let's go and get some shut-eye. Finally.
And then, of course, you're going to have, I imagine they're also going to have the multiplayer DLC sprinkled in there. Yeah, the OST, the soundtrack in Final Fantasy X is awesome. Everything in Final Fantasy X is awesome except Titus. He just... I mean, you tolerate him, but everything from his design to his voice... And I feel sorry for his voice actor. I'm sure he's a talented voice actor, but just... I imagine the directing probably played a part in the way that he comes off in the game.
I have spilled the milk again. Oh, that's not good, not good. Let me have a look at this soil. Yes, I think I see the problem. I will see what I find. Just give me a moment, though. I'll come back later.
Don't be too
I will be as quick as I can, sir.
because we know what happened last time.
Only too well, only too well. I'll go now.
I don't want to have to get the duct tape out again.
Yes. Wait, no. I don't want
What?
to get the duct tape out again.
What?
Goodbye. Bye.
I've never understood that.
Duct tape? I'll get him a duct tape.
Does he duct tape him down? And
Come down here, I'll show him what the duct tape is. I'll show him where to stuff it. Stupid. All I do all day is trying to suck his stupid problems out of the asshole. Hate it. Anyway, what's wrong? The milk, the terrible,
Kind of
terrible. What shall I do?
sounds like
What do with this?
younger me from work.
Please, please. I have to grab its chocolate. It's kind of working.
Yeah, Billy. You know, I hope Final Fantasy 16 is great too. Here's the thing. I was actually talking to a buddy about it recently, and I watched the trailer. I don't know. At the time, I wasn't so sure, and even now, like, it's weird. The game looks amazing. I like the more medieval setting, but I don't like the battle system. I don't like how it seems like it's just you. Like they're moving Final Fantasy further and further and further away from JRPG and more into light RPG action. I mean, it's unless I'm mistaken, I haven't read anything into it, so oh, that's right. There's the crying. There's the crying Queen Bee that I could have looked at. Oh, they're gonna hurt me. Can I? Oh, you know what? I think don't I need a slingshot or something? Don't I need it? Maybe I need to talk to the Queen Bee. But yeah, Final Fantasy 16 looks good. It almost looked like Final Fantasy 15 Devil May Cry edition. But you know, I'll remain optimistic, I guess. I wouldn't mind for them to move in the opposite direction of less action and more strategy or turn-based.
What do you want me to do about it? Please get it back for us. Otherwise, I don't know what we're going to do. Okay, calm down. I'll go and get it for you. Now, where is it?
Tony says thoughts on Infinite Story. How do you think it would play out? Will evil Cortana be a thing? You know, it's interesting when evil Cortana. I imagine evil Cortana is going to be somewhat of a thing because it would be too jarring to just completely ignore that since they established that in 5. You know, I feel like there's a context thing I should be looking at here. But, you know,
Alright, who's this?
Looks like one of them skills.
Reckon we should get down there and kick the shit out of him.
Alright, well, wait till he comes up here, alright.
Okay then, yeah. It's me again. The scarecrow bird.
but yeah, in the cutscene of the beginning of the game where the pilot looks at the hologram from his, I'm assuming his wife and his little girl,
How much?
when he puts the empty chip in his
What?
helmet, it references some kind of program in Halo lore. I forget what it's called. I forget what it's named. If you comb through the beginning, you see a little system thing. One of you may even know about it. But it's from the Halo lore. It seems like it's the purpose of it is to fix damaged AI. But then there's also I think it's part of the lore that that Cortana's already somewhat repaired from rampancy because she's in the domain. So you know, it's kind of interesting how that's gonna play out. I'm hoping they don't go with the route that you have this chip that's supposed to fix damaged AI. You kind of trick her, and that's when you hear her talking about, like, you hear her talking to you and trusting you. Wow. But, and then you trick her and you end up just fixing her that easily. I don't know. That'd be an easy way out, I would think. I made it pretty far. I wonder if I can make it the whole way. Pretty sure I'm supposed to kill them with a slingshot. I don't know what's going on, why it won't. Give it. Damn it. And it just automatically defaults to them picking it up. But I would think that the Banish is going to take up the bulk. I think Cortana is going to take a major backseat in the narrative, and kind of rightfully so. I mean, I think they did reference her or the Promethean army in the, I think the general guy referenced it. What is your deal? Why doesn't this bee work? Maybe I gotta go up here. Oh, wow. Come on. Why can't I hit him? What? And I'm sure I need something. Yep, yeah. Am I familiar with the Halo novels? And the latest book, Evil Cortana, is still very much a thing. It's set up. Yeah, I mean, I have not read any of the Halo books in a while. This game hates me right now. I've read 5 or 6 Halo novels. I stopped reading when the Promethean books came out. Before that, I read, you know, Contact Harvest was one of the last ones I read, I remember. So I'm familiar with some of them, just not the newest ones. I do want to read this last one that's supposed to bridge the gap between 5 and Infinite. I think my resilience, or why I haven't really jumped into it so far, is because it really, really bothers me that 343 still, it seems like they're relying on expanded fiction to fill in narrative gaps.
The Grim Reaper. Don't laugh.
Aren't you a little shocked to be a Grim Reaper?
Well, how many Grim Reapers have you met before?
So yeah. But yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I'm familiar with them. I'm not entirely caught up with them. Billy says, speaking of RPGs, do you think Bethesda should go the same route as Square or remake some of their older Elder Scrolls games like Morrowind and Oblivion to get newcomers in?
Why, is there a problem with that?
You know, if... Is my nose running? No. Sorry.
Oh, really?
You know, I would love for them to do Morrowind. I don't really care so much about Oblivion. Oblivion, you can play it at 1800p right now. And it scales decently, and it has auto HDR and runs pretty decent. Like, it runs solid 30. I don't think Oblivion is aged as well as Morrowind, but that could just be me. The only thing that I don't think is going to age as well for some people is the D&D style hit, like dice roll hit mechanics in Morrowind. I mean, it's kind of similar in Mass Effect 1, and they said that they're going to update those battle mechanics. And I think it's because a dice roll attribute in mechanics nowadays just do not age well. Like, people are much more kinetic, provides a lot more feedback for people than something like a dice roll. And, you know, it kind of took a little getting used to when I was first playing Morrowind, because I never played an RPG like that. But once you get used to it, plus once you get a high enough level, the dice roll is not even a thing. You kind of earn the more kinetic gameplay style that I think a lot of people, that appeals to a lot more people. But yeah, I would love for them to do it, but I feel like if they would, I feel like if they were remaster either one, either Oblivion or Morrowind, they would change it enough where fans of the original, fans of the original would still probably prefer the original in some ways.
How much? What?
The hell's a Mexipox? So I gotta get $10. The latest, Tony says the latest novel is fantastic. I don't think it says too much about Infinite, but definitely gives some context to where the story might go. Yeah, that's the impression I got. I really do need to check it out. $10. Where can I get $10? I mean, thankfully now, I know that I'm not in that much of a rush to read it, but I do want to read it. Ooh. Is there a point to go? Wait, there's money down here. I guess what I have to figure out now is how to open this.
Hey, what about me?
Can I do anything with this? Oh, I like that. This you still have a reflection in the water. No, there's nothing I can do with that. Okay. I think I might... Man, I just love the little details in this game. This game is just full of so many little details. I think I'm going to play a different game, though. Unless there's any objections. I don't know where I'm supposed to get money. There's like no opportunities to make money in this game so far. At least as I've always found Square and Bethesda similar companies in general. I hope both do well. Yeah, I hope both do well too. Bethesda, though, they're... For better or worse, it's like they've had a string of bad luck. Not all of it warranted. You know, I think Doom did well, but it didn't do quite as well as they wanted it to, if I remember correctly. You know, The Evil Within 2 didn't do all that well, unfortunately. Wow, that dude is just gone. So, hopefully they do hopefully, you know, their next line of games. And then Fallout 76 is Fallout 76. That doesn't really need an introduction or a synopsis of everything that happened with that game. Hey, man. Hey, Froggy. Welcome to the stream. Same thing with you, man of the world. Welcome both of you guys. Management was trying to squeeze money out of them before selling. I don't know about that, Froggy. If that was the case, and that was really, I mean, management is still with them even after the buyout. So, if anything, all of those managers probably got a good chunk from any of the stocks they may have had, or they got transferred over to Microsoft stocks. Man of the World says, dude, you're playing like the best game, but it's like $100 on the N64. That's insane. I'm pretty sure my brother has this on the N64. Dude. I do love this game. I've beaten this, though. I haven't beaten the Xbox remaster, re-release. Oh. My body still is sore. Hey, Tavish. Welcome, dude. Froggy says I'm talking about the investors board of ZeniMax. Oh, maybe, yeah. I get what you're saying. I mean, whether it was a rushed out game or why is this dude following me? All right, we are going to play something else. I don't know any way to save. Do Perfect Dark, Jeff vs. Gemini. Basically everything before Battletoads, not everything, but most of the things before Battletoads is really old. It has not aged well. I'd say RC Pro Am, those games I still find entertaining. I put Battletoads I'd still play. Killer Instinct. You know, I never got Blast Corps. I just Banjo-Kazooie. Let's go. Wait, is this is a 360 game? Yeah, it is. I think this is also 4K. It is really awesome that I think it was the last one of the last updates. They basically just enhanced all of the rare games. It's so bright. Excuse me. Did I pick up any games in the holiday sale? I want to say yes. I did get, I don't know, I think it was on discount. It had to been on discount. I wouldn't pay full price for it. Black Ops Cross-Gen Edition or whatever. I did get that. I did get something else too. I can't think of what it is. But yes. Not a complete playthrough, hell no. Especially some of these older games. They're a little rough, I would say. I mean, I love my classics, but that's a bit much. God, it's kind of bothering me now. I don't remember what games Imagine anything I got, I would want something that I've wanted, but I can't think of. Maybe Black Ops was the only thing I got. See, this is one of the parts that I'm not sure entirely aged well with the bloop, 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 bloop. I mean, I get why it's a product of its time. That's what I forget. You basically kidnap Banjo's sister or girlfriend? Sister, right? Banjo very much needs a remake. I mean, that's the thing. If they're not going to pay any company to make a full-on Banjo game, at least pay a company to do a proper Banjo remake, like we've seen with. Oh, Spyro was a game. There we go. Like we've seen, well, like we've done with Spyro and Crash. Oh, another game that I got was, and I don't know if I was on. I think it was on sale. Sonic Team Racing. That's 4K with a wavering frame rate on the 1X, but on the Series X at 4K 60. It's real nice. Just want to get some more split screen type games for when people are finally allowed to come over again. No, I did not play Crash 4, and I probably should because that did not sell all that well, and I feel bad because it seems like the team really did a good job at an actual Crash 4. I wonder if it's, I think it's on sale. I wonder if it's still on sale. I wouldn't mind buying it. Trying it out. I mean, I beat the first Crash, I beat the second one, and I played a little bit of the third. I never beat it, so even the original trilogy would be a good buy for me. I enjoyed them. The unfortunate thing with the console versions is that the original one, I think it runs at 4K, but at 30 frames. Like the trilogy runs at 4K, but at 30 frames. The, and Crash 4 runs at 1080p at 60. Oh God. Do I watch anime? Sometimes, yeah. I like anime. I mean, I watch a lot of the typical stuff, like Bleach and Dragon Ball and all that. I'm a fan of, but then, I like some other stuff, like, I've actually been a fan. It's got to be anime, right? Like the Castlevania series on Netflix. That is just excellent. But then I like some of the older stuff, like Ghost in the Shell, Ninja Resurrection, Ninja Scroll. I mean, play Banjo on CRT and it might look better. I'm sure it will. That's where I played it. That's where I originally played it, was on a CRT. I mean, the blockiness, no, we don't want to do training. God, I'm not even paying attention to anything going on right here. I actually give Netflix a decent amount of credit with their anime support. Is this a bad guy? Yep. See, why do you have to be killing the carrot? Oh God, even the collectibles are making noises. This See, I don't. Maybe this is why I never got into the games. Sorry, I don't mean to be a drag. Just. I'm not entirely. Unfortunately, I'm not entirely sure where I'm supposed to be going or what I'm supposed to be doing. And this also has inverted controls. Rare, what are you doing to me? Can I change this? Even the settings have some kind of noise. And don't get me wrong, like I'm having fun with this. I'm just gonna, just because I make fun of it doesn't mean I'm not enjoying it. It's just as someone that doesn't really have much experience with this in the past or nostalgia. Go uphill. Okay. There's a lot of hills. I mean, this is very large. Game world. What the hell? Is this thing floating? I guess it is. Oh, wait. No, it's not. I'm so confused. And yeah, I do plan to play Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark's in the... definitely in one of the games I'm going to be playing. You know, it's weird. So Perfect Dark is 1080p. And it's enhanced. I do agree with that. Rare's older games have... I mean, there's a lot of games that just have not aged very well this generation in particular. Just because 3D was so much in its infancy. People were just learning it. And it was kind of cool because there was a lot of experimenting. Oh, you're an extra life. Okay. You know, a lot of people were experimenting, and it was fun. It was interesting. But okay, is there more of a... Wait, is this... Okay. So I'm guessing I have to go up this thing. Have I played Ape Escape? Maybe? If I did, I don't have much of a memory about it. Either I played it or I might have seen a friend play it on his PlayStation 1. I'm not entirely sure that I played it, but I know of it. I mean, that game looked impressive for a PS1 game. Yeah, I agree, Billy. The Saturn... I have a Sega Saturn to my left. And I... have a pretty decent HDMI adapter so I can play it on my 4K TV, and it does. I mean, it's pixelated and jaggy, but a lot of the 2D games especially aged well. It doesn't matter what TV, I'll always play Panzer Dragoon Saga. Panzer Dragoon Zwei actually looks really good. Same thing with the Dreamcast too. I mean, you might be able to see it in the camera right there. I have my Dreamcast on top of my Xbox One, which I get a. I also have a really awesome HDMI adapter for the Dreamcast. and it looks amazing. Man of the World says, what is the best console arcade style beat 'em up? Console 4 arcade style beat 'em ups? I mean, if we're talking about Classic, then maybe the Dreamcast, but a lot of the best Dreamcast arcade games have been ported, but still, it would either be the PlayStation, Saturn, and Dreamcast all have excellent classic fighting games. You know, PlayStation has like the Tekken series. I'd say Saturn is probably a better fighter console. It has, you know, the Virtua Fighter series. It has the Fighting Viper series. All of those 2D fighters that you can import some of them. Like I have a 4 meg RAM card that's also a, it turns off the region locking so I can play imports. And yeah, there are games on the Sega Saturn that haven't been re-released, which is not so true regarding the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast has a lot of games that have been re-released, but some games in particular, especially when you're talking about arcade-style beat-em-ups, like Project Justice. I have Project Justice. That hasn't been ported anywhere. Unfortunately, I would love for that to be ported. I think I also have Power Stone. I think I have the first one. I like the first one better than the second one. It's a shame they couldn't really expand on the first one in a way that would have appealed to me more. I wish they kept the mechanics largely the same, but refined them and just added on 4-player support instead of sacrificing some depth. Man of the World says my 360 got red ringed yesterday. Oh, that is rough. That really sucks. I'm actually waiting for my I unhooked my 360, and that's also back there on the end table. There we go. I don't know why I tried to do that before and it wouldn't work. Anyways, this game hates me. Yeah, I'm either waiting for this 360 to also red ring or the disk drive to die. I've had it for 10 years. I think I got it in 2010. It was the Kinect version, the Slim that came with Kinect. Does everything want to kill me here? Yeah, everything does. That's what I thought. Oh man, Shining Force 3. I have. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have Shining Force 3. On the Saturn, and I absolutely love it. It's such a shame that we never got all 3 ports of Shining Force 3. Like all 3 stories. Or the 2 other stories, I should say. Yeah, and then there's the Sea of Thieves. The Sea of Thieves, the extra stuff is cool, but the performance is a bit of a drag. I just have the... Well, I think I own it on the PlayStation. But I really only play the 360 version of Symphony of the Night. But I absolutely loved Shining Force 3. You know, Shining Force 3, Panzer Dragoon Saga, Burning Rangers... What other games? Quake. You know, all of those were just like... Oh, Last Bronx? How can I forget Last Bronx? Last Bronx is another excellent arcade-style beat-em-up. Yeah. Those were like the pinnacle of what the Saturn achieved. Same thing with... Grandia. That's another amazing looking game on the Saturn. Unfortunately, I don't have that version. I have this PlayStation version. I also have it on the PC. Man of the World says, name every video game console I have. I got a PS3, 360, Dreamcast, Sega Saturn, PlayStation 4 Pro, Xbox One X. Did I say Dreamcast yet? Dreamcast. And Xbox Series X. I want to get an N64 again, but see, the N64, a lot of the best games were ported, and a lot of the best games have been ported. You know, the N64 kind of has an issue like Dreamcast does, where a lot of the best games were ported to other systems. And Tavish says Kokudo Kojin clearly was the best fighting game ever. Facts. I always wanted to play that game. The demos or the trailers looked amazing, but the frame rate looked like it was trash. So potentially it looked like it looked amazing but played like crap. And I was wondering if that was true. Plus, I would like to have it just because it is a pulled game. It's unfortunate that somehow some insensitive art got mixed into it. Like, I don't know what the hell some people... But then, you know, it was the mid-2000s. Yeah, the Saturn did have the best controller for 2D games. Legit, absolutely loved the 6-button controller. I wish the Dreamcast had a 6-button controller instead of frickin' 4 face buttons. Me mumbo jumbo shaman blah 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 blah. Oh my god. I'm just gonna collect all the music notes and walk out. I'm not paying attention to anything you say. So this is why I can't get... I don't mean to sound like the old man yelling at the clouds. Because I know the... Oh, Kung Fu Chaos. I remember playing Kung Fu Chaos. That was an interesting game. There was another game. What was the game? I think it was made by John Tobias. It was a Xbox exclusive. There was Kokudo Chojin, and another. And the other one I bought on launch day. I remember they had interesting mechanics where. Can I climb you? Can I climb your mouth? Feed you? What am I supposed to feed you? The fighting game I'm thinking of, you're able to hit their arms, and it's supposed to make their arms, their punches less effective. Same thing with the legs and kicks, and if you kept on sweeping their legs. It's been so long. Have I ever played Glover? No. I know that it's actually a pretty decent game. I'm trying to think. I know there was a Glover 2 planned. I'm wondering if that was canceled, or if that ended up coming out, but just not on all the, like... I wonder if it got canceled just on the Dreamcast. But no, I haven't played Glover. Oh, crap. Oh. That doesn't count. There we go. Look at this skill. Yeah, I played Croc Legends. I was actually really impressed with that game on the PlayStation and Saturn. I thought it looked relatively clean, and you know, it was a pretty decent platformer. I didn't beat it, but I played a decent chunk of it. I enjoyed it for what it was. I might own it on the PlayStation. Okay. So we are going to... I love how I can just hold... I don't know why it didn't work before, but I could just hold, I guess the menu button, or the hamburger button, I like to call it. What's the console game I have the most games for? It's probably a toss-up between the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. From all the deals and just all the years of me having them. And well, okay. Yeah, this would include like backwards compatible games if we're talking about PS5. I have about 500 games on each, give or take. I'm sure that probably includes things given by PlayStation Plus and Xbox Gold, but anything that I really want from either of those systems, especially if it's through, like, I'll own it, pretty much. So PlayStation and Xbox I'm pretty even on. And then Dreamcast, and then, of course, for Dreamcast and Saturn and the older consoles, it's a bit more limited, especially since a lot of that stuff is disc. You can't get everything digitally. You can't impulse buy a bunch of games when after you have a few drinks, you know? Which, heck, for the Sega Saturn, that's for the better. 160, nice. Oh, wait. I'm sitting here thinking that it's loading something. I'm an idiot. So we can do, yeah, let's do the original Perfect Dark. Let's do the original Perfect Dark, then we can jump straight to Perfect Dark Zero just to see the contrast, maybe. Interesting thing about this is a 360 game. And 360 games are supposed to be 9 times the resolution bump. So if it's a 720p game, it gets bumped to 4K. But this is a 1080p game. So does that mean that this gets bumped up to something like 6K? I don't think so. It wouldn't surprise me if they just did a 4 times bump. Somehow they adjusted it for this. I never did a pixel count. And actually doing high resolution pixel counts aren't always entirely easy. Especially if you have to, if they're super sampled or down sampled. Billy says I've been playing a ton of JP imports on the Saturn due to the prices of US versions as well as the lack of thereof. Yeah, oh man, I should have let that beginning go. I like that beginning. Yeah, I remember I was able to get when I was looking for Burning Rangers, like the imported version was $11 or something, but it was $100 if you wanted to buy the American version. So let's go with I love classic JRPGs. I absolutely
Why the big hurry?
it's a dying breed, unfortunately. That's why I actually have Dragon Quest installed. I played a little bit of that, and I'm enjoying what I played of that. Because it's a modern, classic JRPG, you know?
What's the target location?
Now, it's interesting because Now, granted, it's like a low-grade form, but
How will I recognize?
there's actually some kind of like makeshift motion blur on this ship on the N64 that they entirely stripped out of this version. I mean, it makes for a cleaner image, but it's interesting to how the artistic changes. I love what they've done with the character models of this in this game. Just everything with this game. It runs amazing. It looks amazing. It still looks so clean. And they don't make shooters like this anymore. They haven't made shooters like this in years. You can see that they try to replicate this kind of magic in Zero, but it just did not have anywhere near the polish, or it's going to fall into polish, but you can just tell with a lot of these maps they probably reiterated or did a lot of testing. I wonder if actually they designed these maps like they did GoldenEye. In GoldenEye, they made the areas first, and then they made the missions based on the levels, because they wanted the levels to feel like real levels, like real areas. Have I played Star Fox, like the original Star Fox on the SNES? Yes. Plus, I played Star Fox 64. I haven't played any that. I haven't played the GameCube Star Fox. But yeah, I absolutely love the Star Fox games I have played. Oh, that's a light. That's interesting. Hopefully I can turn it back on because I can't see shit. Dude. Okay, I can't believe I'm doing this, but I can't see anything. How do I... There we go. Billy says, to be honest, I love old RPGs as well. Yep. Honestly, you want to talk about remakes and remasters? I mean, can you imagine the absolute insanity that would play out? I would imagine the absolute insanity that would play out if they're like, you know what, we're gonna give Skies of Arcadia like the Crash Bandicoot treatment. I didn't realize there was a door right there. I would absolutely lose my mind if they gave that game a complete remaster. Same thing with Panzer Dragoon Saga, don't get me wrong. I just don't feel like it's more likely for Why me? Yeah. That's exactly the way I see it, Billy. It would be absolutely sick. It'd be insane. And you know, I mean, why not try that? I don't think that IP's ever been given a fair shake since you had it on the Dreamcast, which it was a hotly anticipated Dreamcast game, and then you had it on the GameCube. Like, you had it on, you didn't have it on anything like the PS2 or anything on the level of the PS2 or the 360 or the PS3. And I think there was plans to remaster it, or not remaster it, to do a kind of like an Opera-Res port similar to what we saw with Jet Set Radio or Jet Grind Radio. But since with how badly Jet Grind Radio did, I think that canceled all of their Dreamcast plans. because you know it seemed like Sega went pretty hard and fast on the Dreamcast ports early on. They had Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2, Crazy Taxi, a long list of them. But then it's like after all of the awesome effort they put into Jet Grind Radio, and it didn't pan out for them. It's like everything's like just dried up from there, unfortunately. Have we killed Peter Molyneux yet? I don't know if we hit that. They redid Peter Molyneux as a soldier in this, I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's gonna wake up some people. Just now I'm getting 2 guns? Man of the World says just got a PS2. Do you have any recommendations? I like fighting and platformers. If you got a PS2, the Tekken games on the PS2 are excellent. Platformers, there is the Ratchet and Clank games. Or, I think Ratchet and Clank was PS2. If not, I know that, Jak and Daxter was PS2. Maybe Ratchet and Clank was PS3. But there's a lot of excellent games on the PS2. Yeah. Chrono Cross, Final Fantasy 9. Yeah. Final Fantasy 9. I'm trying to think. I don't remember Final Fantasy 9 all that much. Where the hell am I going? Oh, you know what? I remember Final Fantasy 9. Yeah, that was an underrated title, I think. I didn't play much of it. I should play more of it than I did. But I enjoyed what I played of it. I definitely liked it a lot better than Final Fantasy 8. Alright, so which one of you goes down? You're the one that goes down. I haven't played any of Chrono Cross, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. What do we got to do here? You know, I enjoyed Final Fantasy 15 when I played. I mean, and the only thing that's kind of a drag is I don't mind the boy band party that you start off with. The only thing that is slightly disappointing for me is you don't expand your party. Like, you don't. I do enjoy like the older RPGs where you get different party members so you can select from. Is that open? But honestly, Final Fantasy 15 is a great game. Final Fantasy 8, it never grabbed me. Actually, it was a lot more tolerable for me, the Final Fantasy 8 remake. Because I've only played the PS1 version. I own it, actually, on the PS1. I didn't think it was a good artistic choice to switch over to the realistic type of designs for the character models. It's alright during the battles, but when you're running around, what's going on? Like, am I supposed to be accessing a computer somewhere or doing something? I know I'm supposed to be accessing the lab, but how do I do that? But that's cool you like it, dude. It's been a long time since I've beaten a JRPG, now that I think about it. I've never beaten Final Fantasy VII. I'm at the end of it on the PS1. I could go and fight. I'm pretty sure I can go and fight Sephiroth, but I'm kind of just exploring the world, getting secret weapons and ultimate weapons and whatnot. Oh, this just took me all the way up top, didn't it? It's weird, you know. I played this not too long ago after I've had the Series X, because I had other saves. I don't know if starting over just completely deleted it, and I don't remember having issues making my way through this level. But now, of course, when I'm streaming, I can't find myself. I couldn't find my way out of the paper bag. Oh, wait, is this? Here we go.
What are you doing here? Look out! She's got a gun!
Yeah, I'm not gonna kill you.
You won't shoot me, foolish child. Don't you know who I am?
No, I don't really. I mean, I know who you are, but I don't care. Oh, pistol whip, yeah. That's right.
Don't shoot!
I just wanted your. I was hoping you had a key card or something. I took Carrington's necklace. Is that going to unlock any areas for me? Okay, that's to the roof. We don't want to go there. We want to go down. So open your damn door. Oh wow, this just went down one level. Everyone's dead. There's nothing but blood and chunks of brains on the wall. It's going up. Ooh. What is going on with this elevator? This one's going down. I don't think I want to go down, right? No, that one's going down. They're both going down. That is so cool. I love that. Okay, so this just goes down single levels. Is that what's going on here? This door is locked. This one takes me all the way down. Hey Gary, it is Xbox One X enhanced. Why is this? Now this is just taking me up. These elevators are just messing with me. I just want to go down. Okay, you just want to take me up. Yeah, you know, I never had a Wii U. I wouldn't mind getting. Well, I don't know what's worth getting on the Wii U that isn't also released on the Switch. That would be my concern. Well, we've already been here. This is... I'm supposed to gain access to the laboratories. I don't know where the hell those are. Yeah. We're just gonna jump to the second level. There's Peter Molyneux. Do I like CT? Oh, Crash Team Racing? I was actually thinking about buying it recently, but it's 30 frames. I wish they had it unlocked at 60. It's 30 frames and it's 1440p on the Xbox, so I don't think it really properly utilizes it. If it was really cheap, I might get it, but I have 2 or 3 Sonic racing games that I might as well just If I have people over, we want to play a kart game, we can play that. I mean, again, if it was cheap, I wouldn't be opposed to getting it. Oh, I just completely skipped you. I remember being really impressed with Crash Team Racing back on the PS1. This auto aim is like twitchy. Something. 1 second it'll be right over their head, and then I hit the button. And right at the last second, it gets off of their head. I love that their death animations, like, this is one of the earlier games where the animations were motion captured. Do I like Plants vs. Zombies? Not really. I see the appeal, but maybe if the mobile version I might check out. Just because that... Not really, no. No, I can't even... I'm not even gonna lie. Good game, just not for me. Come on, little robot. I wonder if there's any other way. Data uplink. There's probably a way that I can disable all these lasers. Come on. You can do it. Oh, you know what? I think I skipped where I'm supposed to use the cam spy. Crap, I might have to go back. Lee says, Kage, do you like older Final Fantasies during the SNES and NES days? From what I played of them, yes. I didn't play. I wasn't really aware of JRPGs until the Genesis and until really the PS1 and PS2 days. Or PS1 and Saturn days. I was aware of them in the 16-bit days, but I was on a Genesis. I didn't have a SNES. And they weren't really a thing for me on the NES either. The NES it was kind of weird. Like my parents, rightfully so, like it was like an event when I got a game on the Nintendo because we just didn't have money, and so like whatever games I got, I just played the hell out of, which is cool. I loved it, and but for like during the Genesis, I rented a lot of games. They could have been popular within certain circles, but for me, I wasn't much aware of.
Try it now.
JRPGs. Let's see, can I?
help! She's got a gun!
I have both Game Pass and PlayStation now. PlayStation Now is alright. It has more titles than Xbox or than Game Pass, but I would say on average the titles are not always of quality. Okay. Of the same quality, but, you know, they got a lot of good games on there. Same thing with Game Pass. The only thing that's kind of a drag is you can't play. You still have to stream PS3 games, which I understand why. It's always going to be that way. It's still a shame though. I would love to have a remaster of like Killzone 2. Absolutely love to have that. Oh, here we go. This is where I have to use the GameSpy. Billy says, I wonder if Fable can be considered a JRPG. Probably not. Because it's made in, you know, it's being made in the UK. It's going to be considered a Western RPG. Where's the GameSpy? Is that it? Yeah, that is it. And I imagine they're probably going to go for like the real-time combat in Fable. I'm really considering. I mean, it's not going to be the exact same talent, but it's going to be I believe it's going to carry the same pedigree of the studio, because they're building this second team for Fable, and I imagine anyone that wants to go from the Forza Horizon team over to the Fable team, they're probably welcome to do so. It makes sense to have more of the veterans on the new. It's not a new IP, but it's a new genre, a new game. And then have the less experienced people or people who just want to stick with Forza Horizon work on Forza Horizon. Which I can imagine that the next game is going to be as awesome as the last 4. I would bet, though, that no matter how good Forza Horizon... What are we up to? 5 now? No matter how good Forza Horizon 5 is going to be, 6 is... I can see 6, because you look at the leap that we've seen from 2 to 3 to 4. I can see us seeing similar leaps with Horizon titles this generation. Which to say, like, you know, it's going to be amazing. I think just no matter where you go, games are going to be amazing this generation. I am so pumped for this generation. It doesn't matter if we're talking about, you know... Ah, crap. Bust out the big guns. Do I like JRPGs or Western RPGs more? You know, back in the day, I think I might have leaned a bit more towards JRPGs because they had... Well, I don't know. Yeah, I'd say JRPGs back in the day because they had a much more comprehensive and elaborate story than a lot of games back then. Not that Western RPGs didn't. Just Western RPGs weren't a thing on consoles. I was primarily a console gamer. But, I don't know. Now... It's a tough question. I mean, I'd say JRPGs maybe slightly. Okay, so it's so bright. At least on the monitor. All right, now let's jump to the masterpiece known as Perfect Dark Zero, which actually this game, God, I gotta be careful. It cleans up okay, you know, on next gen, or even the 1X. Billy says it was Sierra back in the day, right? Sierra did... Was it Sierra? I think it's Sierra that... Wasn't it Sierra that published a bunch of games like... like the old Double Fine games when... No, that was LucasArts. Excuse me. It is a shame that this game didn't turn out as well as I'm sure they'd hoped. I mean, a lot of this game spent development as an OG Xbox game, and then they moved. Well, I think it originally started as a GameCube game in the early stages. And then they moved it over to the Xbox. It pretty much followed a similar development path, it seems like, as Cameo. Less public, though. But Cameo definitely turned out to be the better of the two games. I wonder if Cameo was in development a bit longer, because Cameo was shown off on the GameCube, Xbox, and then 360. Excuse me. I thought I turned off the notifications. Later, man of the world. Thanks for joining the stream, man. Oh yeah, I can play the Goonies next. Billy says Xbox Series console seems to be leaning more Western RPG. Yeah. I think their angle to getting I think their angle for trying to attract Japanese developers and games is Game Pass. You know, there's more of a worldwide, and it's easier for the different communities to try out games like Japanese games that they may not be completely used to, if they don't have to pay extra for it. But yeah, I agree. It seems like Microsoft is trying to corner the Western market, the Western RPG market. And which makes sense because you know, even if they wanted to corner the, I always liked how these broke apart, by the way. Like, it's very repetitive. I mean, there's the illusion of physics, if that makes sense. I do like how everything has a shadow. That both, I know this, and I'm pretty sure the same thing with Cameo. Both of these games, what is this beeping? This game uses a deferred renderer before they were, you know, a popular thing. And use deferred rendering. It also used, I'm pretty sure this was the first game to use object-based motion blur. And it cleans up pretty well. It's a low resolution. I can never get this right. How do I dive again? What did it say? There we go.
Only way in is through that sensor field. Dive through it. You'll be okay.
Yeah, let's see. Oh my god.
You make it look easy. Dodging's great for
As I'm
avoiding
getting
damage.
shot.
You can't get a lock on you when you dive.
Do still dig these explosions. Yeah, BioWare and yeah, CD Projekt. I
Coming up
mean,
on a security camera.
they probably wouldn't want to touch CD Projekt with a 10-foot pole right now,
Shut
but
the door if it spies you. Stand on the waypoint and shoot it out from cover.
oh, these crappy cover mechanics.
Continue. Try aiming from cover, then shoot it.
I am aiming from cover,
Nobody does it better. You can always
but I
try
agree.
to attack enemies from safety, okay?
Really, if
Thought this route was secure.
not that I am advocating for it to happen, but if they
To our little break-in.
somehow got their hands
Door
on
up ahead. You're gonna have to hack it yourself. Get to the door's controls and bring up your data thief. See the blue blocks? They're
what do you
intrusion
call it?
zones
From
in
software?
electronics. I stick
they
them
would
in.
have
Hit the cursor when it's over the blue blocks to
an
knock 'em out.
a stronghold on the RPG market in general.
Hit it again and it knocks you back a ring. Clear all the security rings and
It'd be
you take
great if they
control.
teamed up with Sega. They're like, look, we'll pay the money and give you the resources if you just do another Shining Force or a remaster of Panzer Dragoon Saga.
Now for the job. Our employer wanted you to deliver a package. It's a cam spy. Comes equipped with an electromagnetic pulse for busting electronics and half a K of cyclonite for busting everything else. Hit the trigger and it's instant fireworks. Your job is to pilot the cam spy down to the CPU and nuke it.
It's because of games like this that some people have a incorrect assumption of what a CPU is. Billy says BioWare was once a Microsoft studio. They
No, come on, Joe. You didn't expect to.
they used to be independent,
Now for the
but they did
opposite
partner with Microsoft a lot.
side. Sure, you're looking straight
Um,
at the circle. Aim direct.
I am aiming directly. What is your malfunction here? They did publish. They didn't publish. Microsoft didn't do anything with the KOTOR games, but they did publish Jet Empire, which is an excellent game, and then they also published the first Mass Effect, which part of me does wonder. Sorry, my nose is just runny and itchy. I feel like my medication's starting to wear off. I do wonder how the Mass Effect series would have been different had EA didn't buy BioWare. And I wonder if Microsoft would, had they known about what would happen with BioWare, they would have tried to acquire them.
I'm arming your cam spy's explosives now.
So they had a lot of they had a decent amount of partnerships and collaboration with Microsoft, but Microsoft never owned them. Unfortunately, I think I would have much rather seen what happened with. Well, to be fair, the Microsoft back then wasn't entirely foolproof either.
Hey, what's life without a little excitement?
That explosion knocked the sense out of you, kid?
Jack, Core can't control the spider.
For all we know, they may have been shut down right now, along with Lionhead. I never thought I'd see Lionhead Studios shut down. It's such a shame what happened. Even though all of their games were profitable, they just did not have the same level of growth as other titles. And it's... I guess I get it, but business is... Oh, that's right.
Spider-Bot's got me trapped. Get rid of him, and I can get us out of this place.
And I think this game completely lacks any kind of aim assist or friction or just a lot of the mechanics that make aiming on a pad enjoyable.
Phew. I don't know what was worse, the arachnophobia or the claustrophobia.
I mean,
Give me a second.
artistically this game is lacking, but on a technical level, it's pretty accomplished, especially for a launch game that traversed and transferred across so many consoles. This guy's got some nice normal maps on him. You got some nice lighting. The explosions are decent. The engine itself is impressive, all things considered. You know, deferred lighting, motion blur, parallax occlusion mapping. Is this guy's? I didn't even follow you. Hey, wait up. You're the one that... Where the hell did he go?
If you can hear me, we found a way out. Sure. It's 300 meters. All uphill.
Oh, there you are.
We'll never make it. Knock it off.
You're making this look easy.
Over here.
New KOTOR game would be very profitable with how Star Wars is right now. I agree.
I made it to the exit. Thanks to you. You got another thing coming if you think of
I would love to see a single player KOTOR. I mean, even if they want to test the waters and just make remasters, like quality remasters of these classic games, they really should. I mean, we've seen it well received with Demon's Souls, with Crash Bandicoot, Spyro. I mean, all of these games were all well received, and I imagine enjoyed some level of success. It is interesting to see how, you know, developers went from a single core CPU to these multi-core CPUs in the PS3 and 360. And one of the early ways to use up those resources was to basically throw a bunch of NPCs around, which is cool. It's interesting. Everything, you know, the scope definitely tends to expand when it comes to next gen. I remember, I think in Cameo they had the option. In Cameo, I think they jumped from like 600 NPCs to 6,000 or something. It was really exciting to see leaps and stuff like that. It's just the... I don't know why this damn turret ain't doing anything. Is the range just really limited?
All units, we have identified the bomber. Target has breached the north elevator. Don't let her escape.
Billy says, I wonder if EA is planning on having BioWare make another cool tour after Dragon Age. You know, it'd be interesting to see how long they... I don't know how long they have the license for. What gun is this? Can I switch this for this? Yes. I mean, that... I'd be okay with it if, as long as it was a decent game. After Dragon Age, though, I imagine they're probably going to focus on getting a good Mass Effect instead of KOTOR. KOTOR might, unless, I mean, I know the Dragon Age team is different than the Mass Effect team. At least I imagine it is. But I wonder if it's going to turn into all hands on deck type of thing. Is this an enemy? Right. That's an enemy. I know that. What are you shooting at? Whoa, that. I wish you can jump in one of these. Can we? No. Distribute. There's the last thing I do is it's gonna kill you. Yeah, I really hope their next game is you know, knocks it out of the park. Both of them, all of them. I really enjoy. I'm rooting for BioWare. Like I'm really hopeful for the you know, they're working on the Anthem reboot, so I'm hopeful for that. I'm hopeful for the next Dragon Age, the next Mass Effect. I really want it to work out for them.
To show me you're ready for a live op. Chandra just got off the wire. Word is some scientist named Ziegler has been snatched by a local triad gang.
I've been monitoring their comms. They're trading this Ziegler.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna skip you. Oh. Excuse me. Oh wow, it's 12:30. I'm gonna have to cut the stream short here for shortly. I know usually I do like 3 or 4 hour streams, but unfortunately I don't have it in me tonight.
Easy in, easy out. Jack's word was a straightforward extraction. He should have called by now.
It's such a shame that they... I'm so excited for the next Perfect Dark. I mean, I'm disappointed that they couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything more after this, because there's a... I really like the concept. I really like the universe. I really do wonder if how they're gonna take it. Thanks, Jay. I'm not done with the stream yet, and I definitely hope you feel better. And I wish you well. I wish everyone a happy New Year. I don't know if I said Happy New Year to anyone. Happy late New Year. Happy 2021. Love the music. Oh crap! Come on. I always get caught here.
Didn't Jack say to keep your head down?
I did keep my head down. I'm still ducking. Sadly, I played this enough at launch that I used to actually be really good at sneaking into this area. Not so much anymore. Even though there's this... I think there's this ancient guy.
There's an enforcer nearby.
Yeah, enforcer, that's what it is. I gotta take some creepy pictures of him. Thanks, Two Socks. Happy New Year to you too. Yeah, I think this is going to be an amazing console generation. It's going to be long, but it's going to be absolutely awesome. Where is... I wonder if I can shoot out these light posts without alarming any... Whoa, whoa. It's definitely in the early generation where everything is like their normal map usage is just thrown on without any thought towards asset creation, or maybe not thought is the right term, but experience. I do wonder if this is going to be longer than the 7th gen. The 7th gen was what, 8 years? 2005 to 2013. That was 8 years.
That was before you got in it. Chandra, I'm going in.
Unless we count the Wii U at 2012, but I don't know. How do I... Come on, let me put my weapon away. Whoa. Oh, I didn't mean to drop the weapon. I just meant to put it away. There we go. Yeah, there's still some... Hopefully they don't notice me. Like with me having my weapon gone. I don't think they're gonna open fire at me. This part is actually pretty cool with HDR. Oh, someone saw me. Someone is not. Oh, they're not happy with me. Let's see. I guess it's too late to set off the fire alarm, I'm guessing. Maybe I shouldn't have come up here. Okay, we're gonna... Well, hello, Jesse. It's so nice for you to join at the end of my stream. I'm gonna play one or two more games. What are you guys thinking? I know that Man of the World said grabbed by the ghoulies, but he left. It was a gen without a Star Wars film. This is true. The seventh gen didn't have a Star Wars. Yeah, no. It didn't have the prequels? I thought it had the prequels. Okay, yeah. Nice. I definitely will. I'm sure you'll know, I'll be honest. Sorry, I've been working and then I slept. I don't know what to play. After the day, there's Cameo. I kind of want to try out either Killer Instinct or Battletoads Arcade. Whoa. Does it just load up where I was? Whatever the hell I played before? What? Okay. Wow. Last prequel was in 2003. Oh my god. Do I feel old? And then you're right, because that generation started 2005. Okay, yeah, I'm not feeling this. I love this package. Yeah, I've definitely enjoyed your streams, Jesse. That's for sure. I now run this channel. I'm hoping that I really can get back into the swing of things. Oh, wow. Regarding getting my videos out. Blast Corp. Oh. See, I just button mash. I think I know some moves. There we go. Fireball. Oh, look at that rotating background. It's amazing. Oh, yeah, I know. I know. I'll play till 1. And then I gotta get to bed. Sorry. I think this is a translation of the arcade version, because I don't remember the N64 version looking nearly this good. There we go. Never really... Oh, yeah, I listened to the podcast. You guys did awesome. I loved it. And it was like, I don't know, it was awesome. Like I kind of felt like a kid listening to it. Everyone had a lot of those good topics. You guys did really, really good. Especially, hell of a way to start off the new year. That's for damn sure. Okay, Saberwolf, you can lay off me now, buddy. Is there a way to throw in this game? Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I can almost tell that. And you know, I really enjoy the conversation type, and I can tell that there was some lore that you guys were dipping your toes more and more into the lore, especially with the stuff that you were sharing. No, I don't want to continue. Let's go to Two Socks. The podcast is called "You Had Me at Halo." It's on our YouTube channel. Definitely check it out. I think we have a good handful of episodes already under our belt, and then there's also the regular podcast. But yeah, definitely check them out. A lot of good conversations, a lot of good topics. Oh wow. Episode 10 already. Okay, we're gonna do a new game because I loaded up my whatever. We're gonna do A-E-I-O-Q. How do I? Oh. Clear the path for the carrier. Wait, what? Okay. Whoa, no. Okay. Yeah, see, where I'm at in this game, I can't just go... It is fun. I agree. What the hell? Oh. So I ran into it myself. That's a fitting end for 2020. The beginning for 2021. Does it show the whole replay? Thanks, weird pixelated lady. Yeah, we went through this. Monster Train on Game Pass is great. Slay the Spire is possibly better. I'll have to check it out. I've been thinking about what new games to check out on Game Pass lately because I haven't really... Oh! Not cool, man. Okay, come on, let's... I don't remember having this kind of issue. Yeah. But I think I kept my distance before. Is someone yelling help? Yeah. Ooh, I want that car. I think I destroyed everything. I mean, except these trees that are indestructible for some reason. Nope. Let's just get back to the game. It's kind of weird how they make hitting the hamburger button a mechanic in this, but then it's also the same mechanic to get out of the game. You know, I honestly, every time I've seen this game, I always picture it having like a rock type soundtrack, not this less intense music, I guess. I can't wait for the medium. Yeah, the medium is going to be And it's ironic because the medium, it's going to be free on Game Pass or what have you, but I'm buying it. I just want. What am I supposed to be doing something with this? Ooh. I don't know what's going on. Is there anything else I'm supposed to be doing? Did I beat this? Did we save the day? Yes. Okay, let's get moving. Ooh, is that a mech? When did they put the 14? Was that recent? I'll have to look that up because or was that a while ago where they put up? I remember, even if it doesn't have combat, I'm okay with that as long as it's compelling. If it's like, what's that game? Scissor. Warning. Warning, warning. Oh, oh, oh. Go, come on. Oh, no. Okay, I'll definitely have to check that out, too. Man, I've been so disconnected with everything going on in the gaming community. I had no idea about the release date even. I had no idea about the gameplay demo. And I call myself a gamer. Ah. He got here faster than I thought he would. All right, last time then. All right, good night, everyone. Yes, clock. Thank you, Clock Tower. Scissor with the scissor guy. I used to love those games when on the PlayStation. They were moody, atmospheric. I mean, the combat was minimal. Thank you. Jay, you read my mind, man. Dreamcast brother. Go figure. Come on. There we go. Where are we at with this slow-ass thing? But if it's similar to that, I mean, even if it's like that, but with like the Silent Hill type of oh, whoa, atmosphere, I am all about that. Hell yeah. Man, I was, the first tattoo that I got, what is it with these trucks? The first tattoo that I got, it's supposed to be based off of Shenmue. I mean, the guy kind of did it, but he didn't really do the greatest job. Like, I'm happy with the tattoo. It was a present for being my buddy's best man. It was like a best man present, which I didn't even know was a thing. Destroy buildings in 3. Okay, sweet. We get to be a mech. We got this nice little metallic texture. But yeah, I wouldn't mind getting another tattoo that was closer in line with something Dreamcast or just game related. There's nothing else here to destroy. Can I run? Or is rolling the only thing I can do? Why does it say 6 out of 11? Are there 11 buildings that I don't see? I'm guessing that's what that means. Me being dazed and confused. and just rolling around doing nothing. Wait, don't tell me these little stupid things are. Oh my god, they are. Here they're showing the freaking buildings, and it's just these little crates. Just what were you thinking, Rare? Oh no, okay, you know what? We're calling it. We're calling it a night. When I can't even navigate to the next. Anyways, thank you everyone. I hope you all enjoyed this quick look at the history of Rare titles. It was interesting. I mean, I remember playing RC Pro-Am when I was a kid. Anyways, thank you everyone. It was good to sit down, relax, play a kind of a casual, getting some good conversations, and it was great talking to you guys. I hope everyone stays healthy, stays safe. You know, I hope 2021 treats everyone better than 2020 did. And Jay, get some rest, man. Everyone should get some rest, but especially you, Jay. But I will be back next Tuesday. Let me know. Either shoot me on a comment below or reach out to me on Twitter at _Mike_Skiles, Skiles. Let me know what you'd like me to play next Tuesday. And check out, like Jesse said, our Halo podcast. It's excellent. Our regular podcast is excellent. Jesse's kind of taken over our YouTube, apparently. So downvote all of his videos. If you could, that'd be cool. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Later, guys.